Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please comment and share it. And most of all, please subscribe to our page, 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Vincent Turner, this morning. In today's video, it's going to be the Texas Longhorns taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes to open the college football season. I know everybody's talking about week 0, but this is a game to get it started. And before I get into the guts of the football game on Saturday, let me give special thanks to my producer, Mr. Jeremiah Long. In all the years I've been with him since 2018, we've had a lot of ups, we've had a lot of downs. But I tell you what, going into this football season is probably the most excited I've ever been doing this. And we've came a long way. And I owe it all to this young man, my producer behind the scenes. And I'm always going to take this to a special part in my heart. He came up to me when he first met me, and he said, "Hey, if you need any help, sir, my name is Jeremiah Long." And did I know little that we've built a real nice platform here at 100 Yards of Football that's being recognized not on a local level, but a national level. So let me get to the game. Texas and the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm going to start with the Texas Longhorns. When you think about Texas football, and me being the age I am, 65 years old, the first thing come to my mind is that 1969 team with James Street at the quarterback position, then run the wishbone, and then winning the national championship that year, beating Notre Dame. Then some years down the road, they had a guy from Tyler, Texas. They call him the Tyler Rose. In 1977, he set the college football world on fire by winning the Heisman Trophy. Then he went into the National Football League and became Rookie of the Year by the name of Earl Campbell. Then here recently, 20 years ago, there was a young man out of Houston, Texas, and led Texas to a national championship. His name was Pretty Boy Vince Young. So this Texas version of 2025, the guy that's calling the shots, the guy that's running the shots, he comes from a football royalty family, Arch Manning. And you know what's so special about him and him being at Texas and playing a game like that on Saturday? I remember when I was 8 years old in 1968, living in my hometown, the 901 Memphis, Tennessee. And it was a hoopla over a guy that say might be the greatest quarterback that ever came out of the South. And he came out of the state of Mississippi, Drew, Mississippi, which is only 20 miles from my mother's hometown. His name was Archie Manning. Who would ever thought from 1968 to 2005, we'd be talking about another Manning at this level. But let's get into the Texas Longhorns. And I'm sorry if I went a little long this morning, but I had to get that out there. Arch Manning leads a team that last year made the college football playoffs. To be honest, this is going to be a better Texas football team. They returning off offense, one of the best running backs in the country. I'm going to call him Q Wisner. Last year, he had over 1,064 yards, averaged 4.7 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns. But he's going to get his running mate back, who tore his ACL last year, and his name is Gary Baxter. He's coming back, so Texas is going to be loaded as far as the running back position. At the wide receiver position, this group might be the best in the country. DeAndre Moore is a player. Ryan Wingo out of St. Louis is a player. And now they have brought on the smart guy from Stanford, Emmett Mosley V. So Archie Manning is going to have plenty of offensive weapons coming up on Saturday. But what Texas is strong, and this is why they got voted #1 in the country, their defense is special. Michael Taft, one of the best safeties in the country, returns. Malik Muhammad, one of the best corners in the returns. Can we say NFL talent? And then they got one of the best linebackers in the country. His name, remember, Anthony Hill Jr. Last year he had almost 18 tackles for loss and 8 sacks. This is a very, very good defense. It could end up being the best defense in the country. And Colin Simmons, as a true freshman last year, he's a super sophomore this year, 9 sacks on the year. Now let's turn it over to the Ohio State Buckeyes. When you think about Ohio State, you think about the tradition, you think about the history, you think about all the great players. That's two words. Every morning you wake up, Woody Hayes. There's two words when you wake up and you think about Heisman Trophy winners back to back. Only in history, we only had one, Archie Griffin. And then you think about the 1968 Super Sophomore team, Jack Tatum, Rex Kern, Jim Steelwagon, Help Me Jesus, John Brockington, one of the best college football teams ever. They should have won three, only won one in their first year. But now let's talk about this Ohio State football team. They won it last year under Will Howard directing under the quarterback position. Ryan Day, I'm happy for you, brother, because you finally got what we call that monkey off your back. Because if you didn't make it all the way through the college football playoffs, you would have been on a hot seat this year. But you won the national championship, and I'm happy for you. This football team you bringing on this field, it's not as talented as last year, but they still got some serious, serious weapons. You named your starting quarterback last week, Julian Sand. And I think when you're all said and done, I'm going to be honest. Will Howard was a great football player at Ohio State. Now he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Julian Sand is a better passer. This is a guy that can really get the football out. Now think about this. Him being named the starting quarterback last week. Look who he has to throw to. Maybe the greatest football player that ever played the wide receiver position. And he's only 20 years old. And right now, if you say pound for pound, the best player in the country, I would say you're probably right. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. No, let me get this correct. 227. 4'4" guy in the 40. Bench pressing, check this out. 225, 21 times. 38-inch vertical. Back in the day, it was a band by the name of Midnight Star. They had a song out called Freakazoid. Jeremiah Smith is the freakazoid of college football. And when you talk about all the great wide receivers, and I'm going to name them off right quick. Jerry Rice, Chris Carter, Randy Moss, Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, I'm going to throw him in the mix, C.D. Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. When it's all said and done, even Calvin Johnson, this gentleman right here might be the best that ever played the position. And I'm excited to get ready to watch him and the Ohio State Buckeyes do their thing on Saturday. Mr. Smith last year, 76 receptions, 1,347 yards, 15 touchdowns. And in the college football playoffs, if you argue with me, anybody on this chat land today, that he wasn't the best player in the whole playoffs, I'm going to say you're insane. Now, Ohio State, they had two studs at the running back position, went to the NFL. But I don't know how they do it. But they got some serious NIL money. At the running back position, they got a gentleman by the name of C.J. Donaldson, transfer out of West Virginia. You know what he done in 3 seasons there? Over 2,100 yards rushing and 30 touchdowns. So they're not going to miss nothing else. And to help Mr. Smith at the wide receiver position, they got Connell Tate, senior. Even though he don't get the publicity, I know this. A lot of people saying he's NFL talent. And they got one of the best offensive linemen in the country, Luke Montgomery. Now let's talk about the Buckeyes on the defensive side of the ball. I hated to see this young man transfer from Alabama to Ohio State, but he comes from another NFL family. His name is Caleb Downs. He was a player at Mill Creek here in the Metro Atlanta area where we broadcasting today. And look what he did. He made freshman All-American at Alabama. Look what he did at Ohio State last year. Impact at the free safety position. Kenny Easley, too. When it's all said and done, he might be the best safety that ever played the game. I know we had some great ones. Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Kenny Easley. I'm putting them on that level already. Then you got a linebacker by the name of Sonny Styles. That's a tremendous football player. Then you got an outstanding defensive tackle named Edric Houston. Then you got a cornerback. Remember this name. He's going to be the breakout player for Ohio State this year. and he's going to work himself in the first round. Jermaine Matthews at the corner position. The Buckeyes, even though they might not be as talented as they were last year, and they lost, I believe, 13 players to the NFL draft that was drafted, but this Buckeyes team is still good. So on Saturday at 12 noon, if you're not doing anything, matter of fact, won't you take off? Get you some nice cold beer, get you some pizza, get you some wings. Even me being from the state of Tennessee, get you that good barbecue and sit down and watch my man Gus Johnson call the Texas and Ohio State game. Firepower all over the screen. Firepower all over the screen. So I'm going to end the video with this. I want to give shout outs. If you like our video today, please come in and share it. Please subscribe to our YouTube page at 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. Thank you. Much love to my producer, who I consider the greatest in the world, Mr. Jeremiah Long. Remember that name, because we coming here at 100 Yards of Football. And my final saying is, when I was a freshman at the University of Arkansas, there was a guy named Michael Beck who played lead role in this movie. And you know what I'm getting ready to do? Texas and Ohio State. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Michael Beck from the 901, Memphis, Tennessee. Enjoy college football on Saturday. Be blessed.